the starting point is really that when we talk about adaptation, we don't really know what we mean by adaptation in most contexts. In most contexts, adaptation actually means increasing resilience to an unknown change, unknown possible change in the future, or set of changes or fluctuations. Most of the climate change literature uses the term adaptation synonymously with increasing resilience, although conceptually they mean different things. And there has been a sort of in the literature a push towards clarifying that this really means increasing resilience. But then the problem is that resilience really means returning to equilibrium after shock. The capacity to return to equilibrium after shock. In the developing country context, what does equilibrium mean? Is my next sort of point and question. And it seems to me, therefore, that in the context of adaptation/resilience, it's best to think of increasing resilience as one of several policy goals, even environmental policy goals, and therefore really think of it as a multiple concern problem, not as a single objective of suddenly now we have an environmental policy objective which is increasing climate resilience. So that's the third point. And if you have multiple concerns, you also have multiple stressors. Again, we are living in a world where, I mean, all of us, I'm sure, in this room know that the vast majority of the money today coming in for research, for action, for policy discussion is around climate change. And therefore, every environmental problem that we were working on in the last 10 years, whether it was local air pollution and health issues, whether it was flooding, whether it was something else, is now being tagged on to climate change. So as a result, now climate change is the determinant of all debates. And I think there's a certain danger in that, because when you actually look at both the source of the problem, it's not just that resilience to climate change is just one of the concerns, but the source of the problem is also not just climate change. There are many other sources of environmental problems in the developing country context, especially India. And if you want to then try to address some of these issues, you will also have to watch out for sort of simplistic models that link climate to outcomes, that skip over some of the steps in between that have to do with infrastructure and institutions. That's sort of the key set of messages that I'm hoping to get across in these few minutes that I have.